Hello techies, welcome to Automation Anywhere RPA tutorials. In the previous session, we learned about the IfElse subcommands like file exists or file doesn't exist, folder exists, folder doesn't exist, Windows exists, application running, script successful, task successful, pin successful, and service running successfully or not. Now, in this session, we will learn the remaining IfElse subcommands, that is variable, file size, file date, web control, image recognition, Windows control, object properties, and the remaining else if, else, and end if subcommands. Let me switch to Automation Anywhere Enterprise Client. If you see, we are in the Workbench that I have not saved anything. I just given the, it's a default name as new task one. If you see under IfElse commands, in the previous session we have covered all the things like file, folder, Windows exist, application running, script, ping, task, and service running. Now we'll talk about the variable. If you see over here, the variable, let me drag and drop this variable on my actions list. If you see once if you drag and drop the variable under the IfElse command, you will find, the select if command, select condition, that is the variable. I'm going to check it out. First of all, we'll see what is the variable. Variable adds system variables and operates to an logic. To include the AND or conditions in conjunction with the variable conditions, we are going to select this variable. Now let us assume I'm having a variable I want to compare with the sum of the value. In normal scenario, if it says if x is equal to 10, like that, right? Now how can I do the same thing over here by using variable? Now if you see, if condition not set has been given, if you see over here, I'm having edit option. Let me go ahead and edit it. What is the variable that I have to give it? If you see what are the variables, you don't know what are the variables that you have, just go ahead and click on F2. See over here, there's a tip, press F2 to insert the variables. Click on that. If you see over here, there's a window insert variable. What are the variables that we have? If you see dollar variable dollar, that you can see my list variable, prompt assignment, system variable, these are all the things that you have. For the time being, to know that, under the subcommand, to know the variable subcommand, we are going to use prompt assignment. Nothing but I'm going to use some values by using the prompt assignment. Let me go ahead and let me click on that. And if you see the operator, the next thing is the operator. If you see the operator, there's the values like equal to, not equal to, includes, doesn't include, greater than or equal to, less than or equal to. These are all the things that you have. Now, to check the condition subcommand that I'm going to use, prompt assignment operator equal to, I'm going to give the fixed value or the variable. If you're having any variable that in the same way that what are the variable you are going to prompting, that you can get it over here in the variable. But right now what I'm going to do, I'm going to give the value as fix. Nothing but I'm just giving a value as 10. Prompt assignment equals to 10. If it is satisfying that condition, then I am going to say message box as true. Okay, this is my small scenario that we are going to using it. Now I'm going to go ahead and saving it. And now if you see, there's I'm going to show in a message box. I'm just drag and drop message box and I'm going to say it as true. True or false. Just I'm going to say if prompt value equals to 10, then I'm going to say it as true. And I'm going to saving it. I'm going to say it as if else demo part 2. Because of previously we have seen so many things in part 1. Now I'm in part 2, so I'm just giving the name as part 2. Okay, now what is the prompt assignment? If you see under here, there's a prompt is there. Prompt, there's a lot of command. There's a prompt command is there, but under that you are having a lot of subcommands like prompt for value, prompt for the file, folder, yes or no. Prompt is that's a kind of pop-up that you're going to entering into the prompt. That for the time being, that what I'm going to do, I'm just prompt for the value. I'm going to drag and drop before the value of if condition. If you see over here, prompt for value, we'll discuss all about this in the later part of the prompt session. Now what I'm going to do, I'm just using don't write in any window. I'm just selecting this option, select the window, and I'm just giving, okay, please enter a value. If you see over here, please enter custom prompt message. What is the message that I have to, prompt while I'm going to be displaying this one? Please enter a value. And I'm going to say over here, if you see, assign a value to an existing, or here there is already that have prompted prompt assignment. I'm going to selecting it and I'm going to save it. Okay, let me drag and drop this step over here and then let me save it. Let me explain this thing. I'm going to take a prompt message. I'm going to say it at prompt enter a value, so that whatever the value has been entered, it is going to be storing in a prompt assignment. If you see dollar prompt assignment equal to whatever the value it is going to be taken over here, if it is equal to 10, then message equal to true. Okay, if it is not true, I'm not going to show you anything else condition. I'm not going to display over here. I will show you in the same session, end of the session. Okay, I'm going to saving it. Control S is the, I'm going to save it, and then I'm going to run by using F5. If you see, that action list has been started. 2 times it came. Let me close one of the thing as well for the time being. Okay, one of the runtime window has been started. If you see over here, there's the value. Please enter a value. If I'm saying first time, I'm going to check out true condition, because of I'm just giving the value as 10. This 10 equal to 10, then the message box has to show as true. Correct? Now it is showing as true. Now let me run again by clicking F5. When you're clicking F5, it will take a little bit time to execute this thing by using runtime window. Okay. Now if you see the prompt value, I'm just giving as 5. 5 is equal to 10. No, then the message box don't show that. Okay. If you see over here, the message box not shown over here. That is the reason, why it is not showing any kind of messages box over there. If you want to check it out, just go ahead and I'm just doing else condition over here. How I can do that? Taking any file, and if you see else, I don't have any operation. I'm just saying else. I'm just showing message as false. Let me show you over here for the time being, because of you don't want to get any kind of confusion. That's the reason. Okay, now I have saved it. Let me go ahead and let me run again. Now if you see, my runtime window has been started. I'm going to give the value as 5 and I'm going to click on OK. Now if you see, that is false, because of 5 is not equal to 10. It is false. That's the reason message box is showing as false. Okay, now I hope you got about the variable for the thing. There's a lot of things to check it out one by one. We can learn all these things in the later part, in upcoming sessions. Okay, now I'm going to enable disabling all these things for the time being, and now we're going to check out the file size. Before going to that, I will give you a scenario why we are going to be and where we are using this file size. Let's assume in Gmail, or when you are uploading a photo kind of things in the real-time scenario, what they are going to be checking out. They will say is 1 MB file has to be uploaded, or photo size should be 1 MB. These kind of things has to be an upload. If you're seeing in Gmail, you can't upload more than 25 MB of the files. These kind of conditions that you're going to check it out, correct? How that thing has been happening. Over here also in the same way, I'm going to use if condition that the file size that I'm going to check it out. If you see the condition over here, if condition not yet set anything, let me go ahead and let me edit it. Fine, suppose I'm taking any file, okay, I'm just going for the images part of thing, okay, I'm saying some image. If it is greater than 1 KB, let's assume I'm just giving you 1. Let me go ahead, I will show you that image size and properties for the time being. Okay, let me go ahead. This college, there is a folder name that it has to come out. Images. If you see this image property, what is the image size? Okay, let me go to the properties. If you see, this is 7.54 KB. Okay, 7.54 KB. What is the condition if I say? The selected file is greater than 1 KB, then I'm going to show a message that it is greater than 1 KB. Okay, or else, okay, greater than 7 KB, then I will show no, you cannot upload this file kind of thing. Okay, now if you see the message, I'm just going to show it as if it is the particular image is greater than 7K, then message I have to show it as you cannot upload a file more than 5 KB. My requirement is simple. If there is any any file it is less than 5 KB, then you can upload it, or else you can't upload it. That's the simple. In the same way, what I'm going to do over here also, I'm just saying if the file size is greater than 7 KB, okay, I want to change it, right? There's a condition that I have to change it. I want to say simply 5 KB. Okay, now let me save it. Let me run it. If the file size is greater than 5 KB, message was you cannot upload a file more than 5 KB. Simple. So that is a message box that we have to show right now. If you see the runtime window has been started, now you can see the file is more than 5 KB. That's the reason it is showing as you cannot upload a file more than 5 KB. So how we are going to do this is based on the file size. Okay, you can take the properties and you can see the file size, and then you can go ahead and you can check it out. As I given the example that you can see the file size over here. In the same way, file date. I'm going to taking one more condition. File date. Let's assume in the real-time scenario that every time there are some of the queues. Queues queues is nothing but first in first out or last in first out queues kind of thing. So if you want to get the data based on any priority that you can get it like date, or else based on the flags and all these things you can get it. There's one of the thing also, date also is important. At the time we're going to be checking out this kind of file condition. Okay, what is the condition? If the selected file, okay, what are the file? Okay, date option. There are two things. One is modified date or the created date. Okay, between, if you see over here the date format, okay, I'm just giving the 10 10 10 hyphen 10 hyphen 2019. One is 2018 I'm just giving, and the one is between that we are going to, okay, please specify validate date because it's a month DDYY. Okay, we have given 2018 2019. That's the reason. Now if you see that had been, it will save the dates. Okay, now if you see the file created date is in between, that's the thing, then I'm going to simply showing as, I'm just making it as true. So I'm just checking the condition if it is a true or false, that I'm going to check it out. Let me enable the remaining 8 to 11 for the timing 8 to 11 lines. I'm not going to be executing these things as now. Let me save it. Let me go ahead and let me run it. It is taking a little bit time when you click F5. It will take a little bit time based on the operating system. Now, if you see the particular file created date is in between 10 slash, that is month, day, and year, and that is between these two dates. That's the reason it got it as true. Now you can check out these kind of conditions. If you want to check out the file dates, you can go ahead and you can check out these by using the file size. Okay, sorry, file date. I hope you understand these three things. One is prompt, that is one thing is the variable, file size, and file date. Now the next important thing is that web control. how can, we'll talk about that more about these things. Let me disable this. Okay. Now what I'm going to do, we are going to talk about the web control. For and suppose, let me open one of the URL. Everyone is familiar with the Facebook nowadays, right? Any URL, Gmail or anything. Now, if you want to identify anything in the Facebook or Gmail or all these things like controls that we're talking about. Let me go ahead to the facebook.com. I'm just, it's a, a very familiar URL for all the people. That's the reason I'm just opening this URL. If you see while it is uploading that you will find a lot of controls. These are all the controls, right? Text box, these are the email or phone number or the password or the first name. These are the text box, drop down list, uh, radio buttons. These are all the things are the web controls. So if the particular web control or the hyperlink is available, particular web control like hyperlink, text box, these are all the availables or not in a particular web page, how can we check it out? No, we can check it out by using web control under the IfElse command. Okay. Now let me show you practical. Let me drag and drop this web control on my page. Now I'm going to tell you this can't work directly right now. Let me show you how it will work. Okay, let me go ahead and let me click on edit. If you see the URL, I'm giving the same URL www.facebook.com and then I'm going to launch it. If you see, this is going to be launching a new URL. Okay, now select the command web control exists or not. Web control doesn't exist or not. I'm just going to check it out, web control exists or not. Okay, now I'm going to capture button. The step 2 is that I'm going to capture. Which one I want to capture? Let us I'm just using this first name. Okay, and just please click on the data to extract. I have clicked on that. It has been extracted the data. The control details, if you see text box on the first name. Okay, fine, I'm going to saving it. Okay, now what is the message that I have to show? Simply the control has been found. Okay, I'm just showing this thing as text box first name found. Okay, and I'm going to saving it. So now I'm going to tell you before running it, it will fail. It won't show you anything because of, if you see over here already the browser is there, but you can find the first name text box, but still it won't appear. I will tell you the reason why. Let me execute this. Okay, if you see once it is going to be step 16 and it will automatically skip to 19. It is taking a little bit time. If you see the runtime window has been started. Line number 1 to 19 it won't work because all has been disabled. 16 and 19 it's gone. But there's a text box. But why it is not showing anything? Because of it has to open in a browser first. If you see it is just going to the web control, but it is not going to be showing anywhere. That's the reason it is not showing here. Let me go ahead. Let me show you how it will. Now, if you see that the web recorder, under web recorder, you are having open browser. I will explain you over there in the open web recorders later on. Now, if you see, select command open browser. What is the URL? www.facebook.com. Now I'm going to saving it. If you see, now let go ahead, let me save it. Now I'm going to run it again. Lot of people will get confused why my web control exists not working, but still the text box is there. Okay, the reason is that it won't opening the browser and then it is not waiting for that one. So that's the reason. If you see now it will show it as 17 and then no, it has to give it the URL. See, text box first name found. I hope now you understand what is the reason behind that, why this if web control doesn't exist. Before that, you have to open the browser, open the URL, and then you have to check it out. That's the reason a lot of people won't explain you why it is not working. Okay. Now I hope you understand it. In the same way, if you want to know, if you want to check it out, web control doesn't exist. you're going to select the option web control doesn't exist, and then you're going to check out all these things. If you want to select the page, what is the purpose of this page? If you see on my windows that I'm having anything, then I'm going to selecting these pages from my particular taskbar windows. Okay, that is only for the web purpose only. Now I'm going to click on cancel. I hope you understand about the web control in the IfElse command. Let me disable all these things for the time being. Now let me go ahead. Let me go for the Windows control. So I will explain you image recognition and object properties. Now I'm going for the Windows control. So Windows control all the same that you want to identify in any one of the windows which are available on the open on particular system. Then now let me show you how it is. If condition, go on the not set, going on the no select option, there you can see Windows control exists, Windows control doesn't exist, Windows control is active, Windows control is not active. If you see over here under these things, there's a lot of windows which are available under the taskbar only. Now I'm going to do the same thing like login page. If you want also, you can go ahead and you can capture it. But if you see over here, read carefully, the some of the time the messages is very important. Capture, click and hold the capture button and drag and mouse on the control that you want to capture. That is very, very important. Okay, that if you're clicking on capture and then you are not holding your mouse, then it won't work. Capture and then hold it and then mouse over on the particular wherever you required and then release on that. Then you can control type text, what is the name or the email address, all the things that will identify. Save. If you see, if the Windows control exists, the same thing that I'm going to show over here. I'm just giving text box found. I'm just giving text box as found, and I'm just enabling this only this command, and I'm going to saving it. Okay, let me go ahead, let me run it. If you see 21 has been done, 23 is text box has been found. You can see over here 23 of 24. Now it has been executed. Now you will get a confusion. Why we have written open over here at the line number 16, but we have not written anything. This is related to the windows, like nothing, but it's already there on my window. I don't want to open once again. That's the reason it is not asking anything to open. Okay, I'm going to saving it for the time being. I hope you understand Windows control exists. Now let me show you again. If there is anything in the same way that you are going for the Windows control doesn't exist, Windows control is active. There are some of the buttons are in active position or not, disable and enable for this purpose that you're going to using Windows control active or not. Now Windows control inactive in the same way that you're going to be using it. Okay. Now I hope you understand about the Windows controls and the web controls. Okay. Now we'll go for the image recognition. Now, in the movies, movie spot, if you're saying, in the action movies, Hollywood movies like that, they're having one of the image and they're trying to check out their database to recognize, matching images or not. But we're not doing it in such a way right now. But we're going to using some of the image recognition over here if both are matching or not. But it is possible to looping on the based on the things. But right now I'm not going to do in such a way. I'm just using the image recognition option to identify the image recognition. Okay. So if both are matched, then I will say true. If both are not matching, then I will say not found. That's a simple thing. So I'm going to use the image recognition. If condition, I'm going to edit on it. First of all, if you see, in the from window, nothing but from any window that we are having over here that you can go ahead and you can do that, or from file you can do that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, I'm going to map with image 1 with image 2. And if there is any match percentage, I'm going to check it out for the 95%. And comparison, advanced or normal or grayscale, all these things are the operations. And repeat the image not found. Yes, I want to repeat it. Times 10 times. Wait between repeats 300 milliseconds that have to wait it. Okay, first of all, which image that I have to check it out, image 1 to image 2. I'm comparing image 1 on image 2. In the college, I'm having some of the images like a college folder. If you see over here, I'm having robo 3. And also the same image that I have over here in my browser, which I already opened. You can see over here, right? I'm just taking that URL. I copied that. And if you see from window, nothing but the window which I have to check it out. I just went to recording or robot images over here, you can see, or else I will give it the URL. Okay. And then I'm going to check it out the match percentage. I need 95. Let me go ahead, let me capture that. Before that, okay. Now let me go to the window over here, okay, and let me go to the capture. If you see, when I'm going to mousing, you can see there's a mouse moving on all these things. Which one I have to compare? I'm going to select that image. Now you can see, these are all the things. I'm going to saving it. Sometimes it is not going to be capturing properly. Quick test. Okay, why it is not capturing? Okay, let me refresh it if it is not working. Oh, cannot perform an action. Please capture the. I'm capturing, but still it is not. Okay, fine. What I'm going to do, I'm just doing from the file right now. Let me go to the browser and I'm going to select the same image. Okay, I'm comparing two images and then it will says it is matching or not, how much it is the thing. Okay, you can see, select the target. I've selected and then click on OK. And then I'm going to saving it. So if both are matching, then I will say matching. Okay, over here I'm just pasting this message like matching. This is simply I'm comparing two of the images. That's it. Image recognition, image 1 with image 2. Then I'm going to run it. Image 1 with image 2 with the percent of 95%. Then I'm going to matching. Then only I'm going to show it as matching. Okay, if you see, both are matching. That's why obviously you can people think of it, I have selected the same image, but in real time you're going to check out multiple things by using looping conditions and all these things. That's why I know how now in this session that we are showing how to work with the image recognition only. Okay, fine. So both are matching, matched. That's why message box showing as matching successfully. This is about the image recognition. And then we are having another one, that is object properties. Before that, what is the object properties? If you're having any properties that you want to check it out in a particular window or something, object cloning kind of thing, like Windows application related, that you're going to use the properties of the particular thing. Let me show you how it is. If condition edit. Now I'm going to capture selective window. If you see over here, selective window. I'm going to select one of the window like that, any window, Facebook or whatever it may be. I'm going to capture it. Uh, it is taking much time to capture. If you see, okay. So click and hold. I'm really sorry again, I have done the same mistake. Click and hold the mouse to capture. Okay, and I'm just holding the mouse. Okay, and then it is trying to capture this thing, and then I'm going to releasing it. Now you can see the first name detail has been captured over here. You can see all this image over here, correct? Let me go ahead and let me save it. And I can say at the same, some kind of message, I will show it over here. If Windows object has been found text box first name in the particular thing, then found. I'm just simply saying as found. And then I'm going to saving it. I'm going to disable all these things line. And then I'm running for the Windows object for the text first name. It's a if else condition, like conditional logic, that if you found it or not found it, these are the things that you're going to be using. But there's a lot of ways to do so. That's the reason it is showing all these things. If you see, it has been found. Okay, you can see what's your first name, it has been found over here. These are all the things that you are using for the object properties also, that you can see it over here. Okay, you can see Windows object. Don't get confused with the Windows control like this, Windows object. So there's an object that the properties and all these things it will be getting over there. Okay, now these are all the things that we have learned in the thing. Like in the session that has seen variable, file size, file date, web control, Windows control, image recognition, and after that object properties. These are all the things that we're having under if-else commands, but still there are some of the subcommands like else if, else, and if. Now, let me show you one of the scenario for you. Okay, there's a scenario for you. I want to display two variables, variable A is bigger than B, or A is equal to B, or A is smaller than B. These are the two things that what I'm having. Okay, now these kind of scenarios, if you want to compare all these things, you want to check it out, then where you can show that by using else if, else, and if. Additional conditional logics that you're going to be showing. Let me switch back to my automation anywhere. And now I'm going to use the same thing over here. See, I'm just disabling all these things. Sorry, I'm just enabling all these things. Enabling it. If what are the values that I'm going to, if it is equal to 10, I'm saying as equal. And that there's else if. I'm just going to check it out. One more condition. Else if value is less than, else if, what is the variable? I'm just going to edit again the same variable f2. Prompt assignment is less than, where is the less than value? Less than 10. Then what I'm going to say it as, I'm going to say message as less than value. Okay, message box, I'm going variable is less than 10. Okay, again I'm going to use, if it is greater than, then what is the value? Then I'm going to use the same thing, else if variable data, I'm going to assign f2, and I'm going to prompt assignment greater than 10. Then I'm going to show variable is greater than 10. Okay, variable is greater than 10. Else we don't have else, or else no, we can use else if or else, anything that it is fine. Okay, if it is multiple kind of things, right, then I'm just showing as the same thing. I'm not using this else over here. I will explain you again. I'm just deleting this else if assignment greater than 10. Okay, let me explain you. There's a prompt value I'm going to store in one of the prompt assignment. What are the values that I'm going to enter? I'm just giving integers like what are the 1 to 10 or 1 to 100, anything. If it is equal to 10, then I'm just showing message as 10. If it is the value is less than 10, then I'm just showing as value is less than 10. If it is greater than 10, that is else condition it is going to be, and that message box will go to variable is greater than 10. And finally, whenever you are using that you are closing, I'm just else if that I'm going to using it. so that I'm using all the things like that, else if, else, and if, these are all the things within a single code that I'm going to be using. Okay, let me go ahead, let me save it. Let me run this run command. Let me run this entire IfElse commands which have been written. Okay, now if you see there's the prompt. Now let me go ahead, let me give the value. I'm just giving the value as 1. Okay, and I'm then clicking on OK. If you see variable is less than 10, correct. So this is gone to the else variable is less than. This is line number 5. It has been checked out and it has been gone. Now let me run again. Now I'll give some equal values. Okay, like I will give 10 value, because 10 equal to 10, then it has to show it as equal, correct? Now it is equal. Now let me go ahead, let me give some other value. Let me go ahead, let me run it. I'm just giving 25. Okay. Okay, now if you see variable is greater than 10, right? So this is all satisfied with our requirements and all these things which we have been seeing. Till now we have covered all these things without missing anything. Under the IfElse commands, we can see a lot of subcommands over there. We have been covered all these things. Thank you for watching Automation Anywhere tutorials. In the next session, we'll cover the remaining commands which we have. Until then, bye bye. Have a nice day.